guys, it's Jake from Team Insanity. Normal uploading schedule every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Sunday for like reviews, that kind of cool stuff, tips and tricks. Wednesdays is our Ask Us Anything video. And another thing, thank you to Isaac who sent me the Bob Along MVP. So Isaac is one of the guys that we met at Living Legends. He was a big viewer, and you know, I've been talking to him a lot recently. And so he was going out of town for a little bit and didn't need his MVP, so he sent me that to review. And Michael for sending me the Empire Sniper to review and use also with Isaac. So we have two very big supportive viewers to that helped us out in sending me guns, so they, you know, I can review them and it can, you know, help the channel out, I guess. So thank you guys. Please tell them thank you or whatever. And today we have the Proto Rail Maxed unboxing. Now I know people are gonna wonder, yes, this is a giveaway item. We will be giving this gun away. Please, I have no idea when we're gonna be giving this gun away, and I also don't know when we're giving the Mini GS away. If you guys haven't seen the Mini GS unboxing yet, go watch that. We're having a review coming soon, but like I said, people keep on asking for like a review, that kind of stuff. We don't push out a review within like the first 2 weeks of us getting a gun. I like to take my time and I like to shoot the gun. I like to, you know, put a lot of paint through it, figure things out about it, and put it through its ropes, I guess you can say, and figure out what I like and what I don't like about it. Same thing with the Proto Maxed Rail. We're going to keep this gun for a while, and the review's not going to be out in the next 3 weeks, okay? So no, it's not coming out in 2 or 3 weeks. But don't worry, we will have a review up, and we will also be giving this gun away along with the Mini GS. Giveaway details will be coming soon, so don't ask in the video how you can enter the giveaway. We have a video about it. If you don't know, just go watch the Virtue Vio or the Pinocchio Speed giveaway, because we gave away a Virtue Vios and a Pinocchio Speed already. So, first things first, you get a nice cool little box. I mean, this is just cardboard, and it comes in saran wrapped plastic like any other normal gun. Get a little Proto sticker. It's just the same exact thing as any other die packaging, except this box says Proto on it. If you remember the reflex rail, I used to own a reflex rail. It's the same exact packaging basically. Open her up, you get the nice two-piece, it's basically a die ultralight barrel. People, I mean, it's stamped Proto, but let's be real, it's a die ultralight barrel. And you get like a really nice full Allen key set, and you also get the nice die lube, which is great. For die guns, I always suggest die lube. Now there's other companies where I don't always suggest their lube, like Dangerous Power is one of them. I mean, Planet Eclipse has good lube, and I mean, but you know, there's other companies that I don't really suggest their lube, but Die is one of the companies where stick with die lube if you're using a die gun for sure. And you open it up, usually there's a battery. I already installed the battery in there for times of saving time for video. And of course you get the nice, really shitty die barrel cover, which is great. You get the warranty card, okay? And then you get O-rings, which are color coded. So if you guys don't know, and I think I don't know what that little thing is in there. There's something else in there. It's not a detent, whatever it is, but you get a nice little parts kit in there, a nice little, just bunch of O-rings, everything that you'll need to rebuild the gun, basically. If you don't know what color-coded O-rings are, is that inside the gun, I kind of took out the guess and check game, so if you don't know, you know, maybe you blow an O-ring or one's torn or you want to replace one, all you have to do is go to your parts kit bag and say, I tear a blue O-ring on the bolt tip or whatever. I go and I look at the blue O-ring and I just replace it. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. And then you also get their nice full-colored manual, so that's pretty nice. It tells you basically everything that you'll need about this. Now, the one thing I looked through this right before I made the video that I kind of noticed a little bit is that the rate of fire caps out at 15.15 balls a second. Factory is 10 balls a second. They do have a 12.5 balls a second, which is really nice. So I was looking through the manual. One thing that I did notice is before the video, I took a little look through it. The board caps out at the rate of fire of 15.15 balls a second. That's kind of a little bit of an issue with me because I play semi and I can go faster than 15 balls a second. A lot of people, it's not a big deal. The normal the normal out of the box, what you get is 10 balls a second, but it does have, for people that are going to ask, it does have a 12.5 balls a second. So if you are playing PSP, anything like that, 12.5 balls a second, it comes in this. You can change your gun to 12.5 balls a second, no problem. So, I mean, it does have that. I know some, like, I think the Defy guns or whatever, those guns that I really don't like, that I try to stray everyone away because they aren't made that amazing. The Defy DS3 or whatever the hell they are. I mean, when you have a company name with numbers and letters and uncaps and caps and makes it look like an Xbox Live gamer tag, that's kind of sketchy in the first place. And then let's get to the gun itself. So let me go over it a little bit. So if you guys don't know, the Rail Max is sort of an upgrade from the 2011 Rail. Let me just move all this shit to the side. So the 2011 Rail, if I do remember right, I think you get a one-piece barrel. I'm not 100% sure, but you get the nice two-piece basic die ultralight barrel. Basically, this barrel, same exact barrel, came with my Reflex Rail, the $500 Rail. And what you also get that you don't get with the 2011 is the upgraded, a nice aluminum feed neck. So that's pretty cool. And you also get the on-off, the cam on-off ASA with the macro line. It's not a steel macro line, it's an actual macro line. And the first things that I noticed when I got this out of the box is, you can ask everyone I was around, and I was like, okay, I love the feel of all of the ultralight grip frames and all of that the die makes. It's not the grip frame that I don't like. I don't like this front reg piece. It kind of feels like really skinny, like it is really skinny. So if you have bigger hands, I mean, it's all right, and I like how it sort of has like a little notched out part where you can like put your fingers and everything. And I mean, it kind of falls into place, but like it's really skinny and then it goes fat. And so I mean, it doesn't really feel right, I guess you can say. I don't know how to explain it. I guess I'll go over it in the review, but that's my first impressions, and I wish if they were going to keep it skinny, or if they were going to start skinny, I wish they would have finished skinny. Okay, they kind of start skinny, and then it just sort of gets like a big fat blob right where the reg is at. So it starts skinny, and then bloop, and it fattens out a little bit, and it kind of bothers me a little bit. It's the same thing with the 2011 Rail. Other thing is the trigger. Very disappointed in the trigger. It's not an invert mini trigger, I can tell you that, but it's not an axe trigger, it's not a Vanquish trigger, it's not a normal die reach trigger. And that was one of the other first things that Jacob and Nick noticed, is that this trigger, it needs some work. I can tell you that right now, is I wish that they would have put the little bit better of a trigger in here, because my Dangerous Power G4 had a better trigger than this. The Dangerous Power G5 has a better trigger than this. The Planet Eclipse Etha has a better trigger than this. That's how I feel about this, is that this trigger is sort of, it feels plasticky, it feels cheap, it feels like it's just sort of slapped on. I think they can get away with it with a $250 gun or $240 or whatever it's priced at, whatever the 2011's at. But I mean, it feels cheap, it feels plasticky. I wish they could have made it a little bit more like put together, I guess. I don't know how I'm going to say it, but I mean, it just feels cheap. If it doesn't feel that good, and so does the frame. It's a composite frame. It doesn't feel terrible, but it kind of, like I said, it has like a cheap feel. Okay, and I know a lot of people are going to ask what I think about this compared to the GS or the Etha or anything like that. When I first got the Mini GS in my hands, I didn't feel like it was cheap at all. I get this in my hands and I feel like it's sort of just cheap. You know, I feel like it's a cheaper gun, that kind of, you know, and they do really good at not doing that kind of stuff and making their guns look or feel cheap. Like, they did a great job with the Reflex Rail on making it feel like a fantastic gun. It felt amazing. It was so, like, ergonomically perfect. It was awesome. But this, meh. I mean, I like the grip frame, but then I don't like it. It just kind of feels cheap, and yeah. And I go over it in the shooting video because we already shot it. Is I don't really like the little window that you get to see that it's on. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I think it's overall I like the little upgrades that they did to this to sort of bring it back and try to redefine this gun and give it a little oomph. You know, give it the better barrel, give it the better feed neck, the better ASA and the better ASA and macro line and everything. I think that's a great job, and I think for all the dangerous power haters, this can definitely compete with the G5 or the G4. Any people that don't want the dangerous power guns and they want to stray away from those kind of guns. This is a great gun for that. I mean, you get the most amazing barrel you'll get on the market, and I mean, it's just overall, I don't like the trigger and I don't like this part of the gun, but other than that, I think it's overall really nice. So what we're going to go do is we are going to go out and we are going to go shoot it, and we are going to give you our impressions on our first shots on what we think we like, and we're going to put some really shitty paint through it, and we're going to put some really brittle paint through it, some really shit paint through there. So yeah, so go take a look at the shooting videos and we will get back and I'll sort of show you the internals. Alright, so we're going to use the same exact paint that we used for the Mini GS unboxing, this very, very brittle paint. If you did not watch the Mini GS unboxing, go watch that, and then you can see how brittle this paint is, and some of the paint is stuck. Some of this paint is got a little heated today. Alright, so now what we're going to do is, for some reason the feed neck needs to be tightened. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to air up the gun. Let me fix the feed neck. Air up the gun, turn on the hopper. Air's right up out of the box, no leaks out of the box. So as you can hear, no leaks, that's a good sign. Turn it on. First impression that I do kind of notice that I don't like is the little LED light. I mean, it's kind of like, you can't really see that. Like, I don't know, it's kind of a pain. It's like really, really small compared to some of the other guns, but I mean, it's whatever. So, really shitty paint. There's not a lot of kick. It's pretty brittle stuff. So my first impression is that it shoots nice, and that is pretty cool that the Mini GS doesn't have that I wish it did, is that if you hold down the trigger, eyes are on as you can tell, hold it down, it clears the eyes. So sometimes if if you have like a really high, like say a halo, a hopper that feeds like really, really hard, sometimes some of the balls can get pushed past the detents and it kind of gets jammed, or the eyes don't read it, and it's not a hopper jam, and what you have to do is just hold down the trigger and it clears the eyes for you. So have Nick shoot it.
So Jake and I had the reflex rail and we loved it, but we eventually moved on. So I'm gonna try shooting this, like, how many year old paint?
3.
3-year-old paint that's all dimpled and oily.
It's a combination of a bunch of different cases.
And it looks like an oval. So here goes nothing. You might want to throw that pot away now.
Let's see if it'll feed it, if the rotor will feed it.
Got it. Oh my god.
People wonder why I don't like the rotor.
See my streams right now? Get some stream shots. Oops. I think the rotor's anti-jam broken.
Really?
Yeah.
Rotor will not feed the paint, but the Max will shoot it.
Dang it. Stupid rotor. First impressions besides the shitty rotor not feeding the shitty paint. I like it for the price. It's definitely a good marker to choose if you don't want the 2011 rail. But
He likes it.
Nick likes it. Nick approves.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
Shit! You gotta go grab that now.
So Nick just shot some of that crap paint through the rotor, and it kind of kept on jamming. So we got Nick's Spire, and
Same exact
we
paint.
got, yeah, pretty much the same exact paint. There's even a broken ball right there. So who knows what's going to happen, I guess. Okay, so it's quiet, I guess. First impressions, it's quiet. It's got a little bit of a kick to it. The balls are spreading a lot, obviously that's the paint, but
No!
it feels fine. And I don't really like the trigger, actually. I don't like it at all.
Doesn't have enough backplay.
What?
Doesn't have enough backplay.
I don't know. I mean, it feels good, but I like the Mini GS a whole lot better. I do not like the trigger at all, and actually, as if more you roll the trigger and shoot it, it kind of it's more of a kick, more than the Mini GS.
Oh, I think that kicks less than the GS. I think that kicks way less than the GS.
You do?
Keep a few paint in that. Keep a little bit of paint.
I mean,
keep a little
I
bit.
like it, but
Keep
not
a
as
little
much
bit.
as the GS.
Alright, so now what we're going to do is take out the bolt so I can show you the internals, just, you know, kind of show you what they look like, because I know a lot of people had the question on the Invert Mini, or the Empire Mini, sorry, unboxing, on what the internals look like. Basically, here's the internals of, here's your guts, and what I can do is I can take it even more apart, because I know some people are going to want to know. This is how you just take it apart. This is not a maintenance video or anything. Slide that forward, then you take off this front bolt, you take off this front O-ring, which I can do, because I know some people are going to want to know how to do it. So you take that off, just like that little blue O-ring. Like I said, color-coded O-ring, so you have green, blue, got red back here, boom. And that is how you take apart the bolt on the rail, the Rail Max. It's pretty simple, pretty basic, and I know for people that don't know how to lube their guns, you just take the lube that they give you, spread it around on the O-rings. You don't put that much. And if you are buying this gun and it is leaking, one of the easiest things I can tell you is this red O-ring, sail O-ring. Go watch my DM review, go watch my the reflex rail review. Anytime that it leaks down the barrel or around, you know, just sail O-ring, 9 times out of 10 that is your problem. And then you just put it back together the way you took it apart. Slide that on like that. Pretty simple, pretty obvious. I mean, it's not this is not a maintenance video really. This is just me showing you the bolt. And I mean, if you look at it, it sort of looks the same as like a DM bolt. It looks the same as the reflex rail bolt. I mean, it doesn't, you know, obviously the DM bolt is a little bit different and looks, you know, more, I mean, it looks different, but it's sort of the same exact characteristics. It looks exactly, it almost looks identical to the reflex rail. The first thing that I noticed different is the cuts right here. I don't know what those are, I don't know what the difference is, but that's what I do notice. And it shot pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, it shot really nice. It shot smooth. It did, the Mini GS kicked a little bit more, as you heard us say, but I'm not going to turn this into Mini GS versus rail right now, but you know, it shot nice, it shot quiet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out the camera again. I'm going to do sort of a conclusion on my unboxing. Alright, so just a quick wrap up on the very long conclusion. Normally we don't take this long on the conclusion, we always take very long on the review, but you know, here's the Proto Rail Max, and overall, I mean, it's a nice gun. There's a few things that I don't like about it, but there's also some things that make up for it and things that I do like about it. So, I mean, it shoots great. It's nice and quiet. Bolt is nice. As you can see, it's just sort of like the reflex rail bolt, and it's sort of, I mean, all the die guns sort of like are designed the same way. And this is the Mini GS extended frame from NewMech. Thank you, Chris, for letting me borrow it. It is pretty cool, but overall, I like the Mini GS trigger more. People are gonna ask. I like the GS trigger more, and I like the. I mean, I'm gonna just wait because I'm gonna make a video on it later. But overall, It's a great gun. I still recommend it. I do have mixed emotions about it, but I can't wait to go out there, play with it, get some footage for you guys with it. And we have a lot of reviews coming soon. We have a MVP pump review. We have the Mini GS review coming up, of course. We have the Proto Rail Max review coming up, and we have the Empire Sniper review coming up. So stay tuned for those if you want to know any of those. And we are also giving away these two guns. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope this video was very helpful for you. If you want, leave a like and comment if you have any questions, anything like that. A lot of other people will comment and ask that kind of stuff and answer. And also, any questions that you want answered by us personally, just ask it in the Ask Us Anything video. If you don't know, if you're new to our channel, we do Ask Us Anything videos. Last thing, Snapchat, Team Insanity PB. We are doing a survey right now. If you guys are following us on Snapchat, we put up our logo, the logo that we are working on, that we've been working on. And if you follow us on Snapchat, you get an early view of what we're working on for our logo. And you guys got to see that, and we're voting on which logos we like more, and we're asking you, the fans, to see that. And you guys also see some of the cool things that we have in the works here at the office right now. But other than that, thanks guys for watching. Please stay tuned for the giveaways on this. Mini GS review coming first and giveaway, and then we have the Proto Rail Max review and giveaway coming up soon. But expect some gameplay footage of this coming up soon. These gameplays will be up first, and then probably this one will be next. So we sort of are being sort of organized and that kind of stuff. But thanks again for watching. Hope this was really helpful for you guys. Deuces.